great evening. We are, or I don't know why I keep saying we. Tonight, I guess because I'm including you in that. We are going to be talking about the Henry Doorly Zoo, except the script is not where I'm using the wrong script. It has been a long time. Oh, I hope not. I'm losing my mind at the moment. There it is. Wonder where Carol's at. Anyway, tonight we are talking about the Henry Doorly Zoo. This is Nature Guy X46 Presents, and we are going to get into it because it is already a minute past start time. In 1865, they being the city of Omaha, purchased the land for the zoo that would become the Henry Doorly Zoo. Now, a little bit later in time, the zoo is already set up. Animals are already in their cages because the modern zoo is not quite on the scene yet. So Margaret says, "Hey, I will give you $750,000, and all you have to do Hi, you're welcome to your opinion. Thank you for coming into my live. Hope you have a great day. Sorry that you're having such a hard time with life at the moment. But thanks for your opinion. I don't know why, Pineapple Owl. I really don't know why. EBIRKX, if you can't tell, then you have an issue. Thank you, Vanessa. My zodiac sign is that I don't believe in the zodiac. It's okay. I'm not supposed to. Zodiac has never done me any favors. But back to the topic on hand. Anyway, all they had to do to get the money was to rename the zoo after her husband. The zoo now sits on 130 acres. It is home to 17,000 animals, of 962 species. Quite the collection. Golf cart tours. These tours last 2 hours, and it even has an optional guided walking tour. You need to check in at the Robert B. Daugherty building 15 minutes before your tour actually starts. Now, it's going to cost you, it's going to cost you $70 for non-members and $55 for non-members. Tours run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Kids 3 and under don't need a ticket, but they will either have to sit on a lap or sit between 2 adults. When it comes to accessibility, participants have to be able to board the golf cart on their own or sit in a golf cart and sit in the golf cart. Experiences for all ages. These events will cost you $65 for non-members and $50 per member for members. Hi, predecessor. No idea where Carol's at tonight. Have not heard from her. So we are winging it. And it's already been an eventful live, so could be interesting. Price, by the way, for these includes entry into the zoo. These tickets cannot be refunded, so don't even think about it. Check-in is 15 minutes before your tour begins. Amphibian and reptile conservation experience is Saturdays and Sundays at 2:30 p.m. Free bird experience is Saturdays at 1:30 during the fall. Early morning cheetah discovery is Saturdays and Sundays at 8:30, and that is for fall 2024. Ambassador Animal Discovery is Saturdays and Sundays at 8:30, fall 2024. Now I have here a cost for non-members is $40 and $35 for members. Price includes admission to the zoo. Tickets are non-refundable. Private backstage experience is required to have 6 participants and must be scheduled 2 weeks in advance. Ages 8 years and older. Experiences, this is for people that are 8 years and above. Again, participants 17 and under must be with an adult. And there are some interesting experiences that you can participate in. Hold on, guys. I thought I shared that. Sorry about that, guys. So the first one is they have an aquarium, and the aquarium They do a aquarium backstage experience. It runs Saturdays at 10:30 year round and on Wednesdays at 10:30, March through September. Giraffe backstage experience is Sundays at 1:30 p.m. and again that is year round. Elephant backstage experience Saturdays and Sundays at 11 a.m. That is also year round. Sea lion backstage experience, sadly that one is not going on anymore, but is returning in summer 2025. Sorry, Carol, I don't know what happened. I thought I sent it twice. I thought I had sent it. Center for Conservation and Research backstage experience, private bookings only. Visitors must reserve their spot 3 weeks in advance and must have 6 spots filled. Private backstage experience. I just read that, and that's not what it says. Private backstage experience, 6 participants are required, scheduled 2 weeks in advance. So there's that. Guided exhibit tours. They only have one listed that I could see. It is $15 per person. Zoo admission is not included in this one. Tickets are not refundable. All ages can participate. Again, anyone 17 and under must have an adult with them. Meet inside the Wild Kingdom Pavilion 10 minutes before the tour begins. Light Jungle guided tour coming this fall. It's not the best for accessibility, so keep that in mind. I'm not going to cover the virtual programs just because most of that's for school. The Stingray Beach. Hey, Carol. The Stingray Beach opens at 9 a.m. and goes to 4 p.m. Temperatures must be at least 35 degrees in order to open the area. It costs $5 for members and $4 for... No, that's wrong. I don't know why that's listed that way. $5 for non-members and $4 for members. It is $2.50 for school groups. I'm assuming that's $2.50 per kid. Feeding cups are limited and sell for $1.50. I'm assuming it's loaded with fish to feed the stingrays. Giraffe encounters are at the Scott African Grasslands, and you can feed the giraffes. Cost is $5 per branch. So I'm assuming they have browse that they use, so they go out and they take cuttings from different plants and use that to feed the giraffes. Accessibility. Service animals. So if you have a service animal, the people at the gate are going to ask you 2 questions. If your answers meet the requirements for a service animal, then the person who has the service animal and the service animal can enter the zoo. You can rent wheelchairs. They have electric shop riders for $30 per day. Manual wheelchairs and adult chairs are available, $10 per day. You can rent them at the main gift shop. Rentals are first come, first serve. So if you want one, you better pick one up. And you need to get there early. You are, of course, welcome to bring your own. You don't have to depend on waiting around at the zoo to get one. Omaha Zoo for All is an app that you can download, and this is designed for visitors with autism or other sensory needs. It includes a sensory guide to preview exhibits, and with it, you can also customize your schedule. It also includes a sensory map. This includes where you can find quiet areas. They didn't say. Low light, they list low light areas, high touch areas, and places where you can move around if you need to. It also shows where restrooms are. There is a communicator and reminder tools on it. It has pictures that you can touch that will talk. You can ask for help on it. And it has a place where you can put reminders if you need them.
Are you live?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to eat.
Okay. Thank you. Match cards featuring different animals. Use it as a way to relax. And it's actually a game that has you match pictures of the animals. And it's a way to just sit back and relax if you're feeling overstimulated or just need to take a break. And it's on the app. And you can also get insider tips for it. But all of that information is available on that app. Sensory kits can be checked out at the main entrances, and they're available, which does make a whole lot of sense, from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Now, I can't stress this enough. For the next bit of live, everything that I talk about requires a reservation beforehand. So if you're going to be in the Omaha, Nebraska area and you want to attend one of these, you have to call in advance and register. They offer a photography class. Now, the first one has already happened, but they're going to do another one. Cost is $35 per person. The last one that happened was $35 per person, and it went from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Now, the next date is December 7th, which is a Saturday, and it goes from 8 o'clock to 10 a.m. Cost is $65 per person, and it is in the Desert Dome, where at least it's going to be warm. Sleeping bag safaris. You may need to check in with the zoo if the zoo is actually doing it. These sleeping bag safaris. If they're you may want to call the zoo and see if these items are already sold out, because they did not say. African grassland safari tent platforms, October 25th. Overnight experiences include a zoo guided tour, an evening snack, grab and go breakfast, zoo and ghouls admission, and an overnight stay. Cost is pricey. It's $73 per person, and it's going to go from 6:45 to 9 a.m. Sea Lion Shores is October 26th. Same basic information. Delightful Shores 2024. Friday, November 22nd at the Desert Dome. Saturday, November 24th at the Orangutans. Saturday, November 30th. Desert Dome tents required. Saturday, December 7th, Desert Dome, tents required. Saturday, December 14th, Desert Dome, tents required. If I don't say that tents are required, then the only thing that you need to bring is a sleeping bag. December 20th is a Friday. Orangutans. Saturday, December 21st, Desert Dome, tent required. Saturday, December 30th, Zoolightful and Noon Year's event safari, Scott Aquarium. They do have rentals available if you don't have your own tent. This Zoolightful Safaris, again, it's $73 per person. Minimum age that can attend this event is 4 years old. Family Exploration Safari is $75 per person. Dates are Saturday, November 16th, Art for the Animals, Orangutan. Friday, December 6th, tent required, Veterinarian Exploration. Friday, January 17th, Marine Biology Exploration. That is in the Scott Aquarium. Family safaris, $50 to $65 per person. Minimum age is 4 years of age. 2024 dates. Friday, October 18th, Ghouls and Glow, Desert Dome, tent required. Pretty sure that one's passed. Friday, October 25th, Ghouls and Glow, Safari Tent Camp, tents required. Saturday, October 26th, Ghouls and Glow, Sea Cave, Owens Sea Lion Cove. 2025 dates. Saturday, January 18th, Snoozing Under the Sea, Scott Aquarium. Saturday, January 25th, Penguin Conservation Safari, Scott Aquarium. Saturday, February 8th, Overnight with Orangutans, Hubbard Orangutan Forest. Saturday, February 22nd, Snoozing Under the Sea, Scott Aquarium. Safari Tent Camp. This is adult only because they offer adult beverages. That's the only reason it's adult only. And we're going to go over the exhibits because I know I'm not going to fill up the entire time. So we'll go through all of the different exhibits that they have. I'm not going to go into huge detail with that, but more or less the full time. Of course, because this is an adult only thing, it is 21 years and older. Must bring your own bedding. They supply tents, and let me tell you, these tents are cool. I would call it not camping, I would call it glamping. Is that the word? Where it's like glamorous camping? Anyway, runs from 6 p.m. to 9 a.m. A ID is required. Cost is $135 per person. Sold per tent to $270. Dates for next year are not posted yet. It is Safari Tent Camp is for 4 years and older, must have adults with them. 1 adult per tent is required. So kids cannot, you can't have the adults in one tent and the kids in another. Program runs from 7 p.m. to 9 a.m. Cost is $110 per tent. You must have 2 people per tent, and 2025 dates are coming soon. the one thing I will say is me and Carol, we had to hunt for accessibility information. A lot of the other zoos, it was right up front. This was not the case with this zoo. So, yeah. I was impressed though with the app. So at least they had that. Give me just a second, people. Can I just say that I'm really, really tired of being asked if I'm a guy or not? So, we're going to start off with the Hubbard Orangutan Forest. So this is an immersive, I know, right? It's an immersive educational experience for guests and an enriched environment for the Bornean orangutans and the gibbons that live there. Not like mine. The exhibit design focuses on education and immersion, creating a multi-sensory experience. Sounds and smells of an Indonesian rainforest, transporting guests to the orangutan's natural environment. Enrichment, encounters, and cultural nods throughout create a one-of-a-kind experience. The orangutan habitat features a 20-foot-tall waterfall, a tree root climbing structure, and an expansive indoor and outdoor area. The new exhibit will enrich the lives of our orangutans with a dual-screen projector that will display an interactive forest floor with leaves and insects. 2 training doors within the habitat for guests to witness daily training schedules. An enrichment tree with a 20-foot grain auger. A 20-foot grain auger that is remotely controlled to elevate food and encourage the orangutan's natural behavior of foraging. An interactive touchscreen to use technology as an enrichment tool because of the high intelligence of orangutans. We are using this technology to challenge and to stimulate them, to provide an avenue of change and adaptive programs to better their enrichment. The simian habitat will include an indoor and outdoor space, features 2 enrichment trees with 1,000 feet of artificial vines. Again, it has a 20-foot-tall waterfall, a shallow stream, and heating and cooling through radiant tubing in the floors and the walls. It'll also include a play area that encourages learning about orangutans' unique behaviors such as nesting, a 4-screen video that will include 30-second videos introducing our orangutans and educating viewers or visitors, an interactive touchscreen of Indonesian islands, including Sumatra and Borneo, displaying its diverse animal and plant life, an immersive display of flora of Indonesia. The islands are home to more than 40,000 species of flowering plants, including 5,000 orchid species and the largest flower in the world. So there is that. There is also a place where you can get snacks and a specialty gift shop featuring orangutan and gorilla-themed gifts. So I believe that one is under remodeling. Now, I have seen the Asian Highlands. If you have thought about maybe visiting the Highlands or visiting a zoo, check out Zoo Tours on YouTube. Believe he's been to this exhibit. But also check out some of the others. So the gateway is actually to get into this exhibit. A little bit about this exhibit. The pathway is 1,850 feet with 750 feet dedicated to animal viewing areas. So the first 3 animals are in sort of an abandoned hillside settlement. And this is home to red pandas, crane, and tufted deer. So the first animals you will see is the red panda. And then it is a combined habitat for white-napped cranes and Pierre David's deer, and an Indian rhino roaming the grasslands beyond. To the east, between the marshland and the mountain region, is a damp, deciduous, and evergreen forest where you can visit with tufted deer. From the wide entry path, guests will have up-close and completely open viewing opportunities of the crane and the tufted deer. They also have a sloth bear, or sloth bears. They have a foggy forest section. This is home. Oh wait, they have a trailhead, and they have lifelike statues of key animals, including the mono pheasant, masked civets, Himalayan pika, which is like a little mouse, a little rabbit-like thing, Himalayan marmot, Bengal monitors, and Asian pangolin. Kids must seek these out and create their own adventure. There is an 8,200 square feet of area for kids to explore, boulders to climb, and logs to cross. The next animal is the Amur tiger. This habitat is 13,000 square feet and marks the origin of a 440-foot valley stream. There are several cascading waterfalls. Yeah. To the west of the ruin is a tiger demonstration zone where 100 guests can sit and watch that going on. The off-exhibit area offers 766 square feet of space, includes mulch floors, skylights, and a heated floor pad. And there is also 1,043 of outdoor space or outdoor off-exhibit space. So they can be outside, and you guys as visitors will never see them. There is also a snow leopard. At this point, you have climbed 35 feet in elevation from the gateway. This is a simulated 3,094 square foot snow leopard habitat. Off-exhibit area, indoor exhibit area is 715 feet and includes a maternity den. Like the tiger, It has mulch floors, skylights, and a heated floor pad. There is also a 649 square feet of outdoor off-exhibit area. And we're not done yet. This exhibit is for the takin, which is sort of like a cross between a goat and an antelope, but bigger. It is 17,884 square feet for the takin and the Garrel Alpine exhibit. It encompasses over 40 feet of elevation change. It has a 160-foot stream cutting through the foreground. Off-exhibit area is like the others, and it also includes an outdoor off-exhibit space. Yeti Camp is set up. It is a place where you can sit. Yeah. Guests can rest and recharge before you finish your trek. So the next animals is the Indian rhino and Piers David deer. You descend into the grassland plains of northern India and southern Nepal. Here you have a 180-degree panoramic view of the largest habitat in the highland of the Asian highlands. They roam a marshland made up of tall grasses, a stream, mud wallows, and sand pits. The Piers David deer at Omaha Dorley Zoo and Aquarium for the first time ever, so they're brand new. And they are sharing their habitat with the Indian rhino. They have a 3-stall barn and an outdoor off-exhibit area as well. The new Indian rhino area includes a state-of-the-art 3,800 square foot barn, including a 4-foot deep mulch. They have 2 outdoor yards. One is 3,200 square feet, and the other one is 20,500 square feet. So they can be outdoors, but kept separate if needed. And the rhinos rotate between the 2 yards. So if you don't see them in one, they could very well be in the other. And this is a fairly new exhibit. The next one is the Sea Lion Shores, or the Owen Sea Lion Shores. This is a state-of-the-art exhibit. It features a 275,000-gallon pool, a 40-foot-long underwater viewing window, natural boundaries, an underwater kelp forest, a sandy beach area. As with other exhibits, the Sea Lion area was developed with innovative facilities and features to help provide optimal animal experiences. There is a wave chamber wave machine, so they can have waves of different sizes and strengths. A natural beach area and rocks provide a multiple sunning sites for the animals, along with overhead shade cloth. They get enrichment in the form of a timed feeder. They have a flooded. It also features a 3-story waterfall, a descent into a flooded cavern with underwater viewing. There is a demonstration area that can fit 150 people, and it includes 2 handicap seats that allow for animal training observations. Yes. Next up We have the Bay Family Children's Adventure Trails. Here you can find things like a raft crossing area. Use their developing physical abilities to pull themselves from one side of a pond to another in a small raft. Further down the trail, goats have access to walk overhead on boardwalks while the kids engage in parallel play to test their balancing skills at foothill trails. Up the path, adjacent to the goats, is Prairie Dog Trails, where children are able to immerse themselves in a prairie dog town by crawling through underground tunnels and looking out of acrylic bubbles into the prairie dog habitat. 400 gallons of water per minute flow through a 250-foot throughout the space, creating an interactive area where you can play in the water stream, complete with 4 bridges, fallen log crossings, sandy banks along the stream. Encourage children to play with shovels and pails. The play area features enlarged objects for children to climb on, while mimicking insects and birds, including a web climber, a honeycomb climber, and an oversized eagle's nest. Guests can also walk through a waterfall or walk behind a waterfall and use babble flowers to talk to each other from a distance. The highlight of the trail is a 40-foot tall, 3-story tall tree house equipped with shipwreck slide, climbing nets, bridge, and a net-covered climbing through, which allows children to explore the treehouse from bridge to bridge and pod to pod. Small primates play alongside adventurers in elevated chutes that run parallel to the treehouse play area. And animal ambassadors play a role in this area as well. There is a baby care station and restroom, an education center where you can meet. They actually offer a full-time high school, kindergarten, and after-school programs, all located within the space, and they can actually provide for more than 9,000 students annually. It includes an small auditorium, 7 classrooms, and an outdoor classroom. So, I don't know. Maybe I misspoke. There's also a theater. Presentations run Memorial Day through Labor Day. They have birds, so you can experience birds. There is an 8,700 square foot theater that can hold more than 400 attendees. The birds are housed in a 2,266 square foot building that includes outdoor space, a netted behavior training area, as well as a place that is home to hawks and owls. Birds from this program have been in training at the zoo since their arrival April 17th, 2017. Next up, we have one of my favorite areas. This is the Desert Dome. This exhibit contains 84,000 square feet on 2 levels, 42,000 square feet on each level. Located beneath the Desert Dome is the Kingdom of the Night. It is the world's largest nocturnal exhibit. Now, there is a 50-foot tall mountain in the middle of the Desert Dome. Here you will find animals representing 3 different deserts, including the Namib, the red center of Australia, as well as the Sonoran Desert. Really interesting. There is a 33-foot tall sand dune in the Namib Desert, but the sand for that desert, or for that dune, contains 300 tons of red sand that came from a mine in Phoenix, Arizona. They have desert caves where 21 species of reptiles live, including death adders, a Cape cobra, and the Thailand. Oh, sorry. Including the inland taipan. The red center of Australia is one of the most isolated deserts. The Sonoran Desert area is home to an ocelot, peccaries, Rattlesnake Canyon, which is the largest indoor rattlesnake exhibit. You'll also find quail, 14 species of reptiles and amphibians. There is a desert dome sunroom where you can see, they said they do, that is designed to show off baby reptiles. The Kingdom of the Night. Now, this place, due to day and night cycles are reversed, it spans 3/4 of an acre and has more than 42,000 square feet. It's divided up into several exhibits, including African diorama, where children of all ages can stand inside a baobab tree to see the transition from dusk to evening. It features many multi-species exhibits, such as aardvark, springhas, and greater bush babies interact. There is a bottomless pit that is a wet cave. This pit is actually 16 feet deep and is home to blind cavefish. There are 2,400 stalactites in the wet cave, and thousands of short-tailed bats can be seen flying around a large bat cave. There is also a eucalyptus forest. I don't believe they're actually a eucalyptus trees, but they are preserved so that you can actually smell them. They have a Tamar wallaby, short-beaked echidnas, and you can stroll through a stream full of freshwater crocodiles, turtles, and fish. There's a dry bat cave that has a 70-foot tall shaft of light and is home to many different species of bat, including those who eat fruit, meat, and blood. Blood. They have the world's largest indoor swamp. It's located under the sand dune up in the Desert Dome. It holds 160,000 gallons of water, 1/4 of an acre of mysterious swamp with a boardwalk. It features a trapper's cabin, a beaver lodge, a cypress tree, and 38 species of animals behind a barrier-free habitat. The swamp is also home to 9 adult alligators, including a white leucistic alligator. So, more or less, it looks like this. Well, sort of. So, and we are not even done yet, guys. Not even done yet. The Lied Jungle. I am not kidding when I say this place is amazing. Let me show you a picture. Look at that. It's amazing. Now, it is not the largest in the world. It closes at 4 p.m. and in the winter it closes at 3 p.m. Lots of plants in this place. It does have waterfalls. It is home to monkeys, tapirs, macaws, and pygmy hippos. This exhibit showcases rainforests from South America, Asia, and Africa. I want to tell you a little bit about it because it is amazing. So they don't talk about it much. There are over 125 species of animals that lives in this habitat, and there is about 2,000 species of plants. It opened in 1992, and it sits on its building sits on 1.5 acres. It has an 80-foot high translucent ceiling. It has artificial buttress trees, the ones that span out. Now, I don't know if all of these animals live in the exhibit still, okay? One can find, it has fig trees, gumbo, limbo, bamboo, and palm trees. There are 6 waterfalls. The tallest is 50 feet high. They have a fog machine. It is home to at least 140 animals, including clouded leopards, pygmy hippos, squirrel monkeys, and free-flying birds. So if you're afraid of birds, may not want to go into this exhibit. On entering, you're going to find yourself on an elevated walkway that encircles the jungle below. And as you make your way along it, you will go through caves, push away artificial vines, walk behind a waterfall, walk across a suspension bridge, and enter Danger Point is the highest vantage point from which to get a view of the forest. The second part of your journey, visitors go down to the forest floor, where a number of smaller animals free roam, where the same trees, cliffs, and waterfalls can now be seen. There is also a restaurant that sits above the other 2 levels. Yeah. So there are other really huge rainforest exhibits. Again, check out some of the other items that are out there, because there are some massive indoor rainforest exhibits that are out there. That is just one of them. The Susan and Walter Scott Aquarium. Here you can experience polar regions, temperate oceans, coral reefs, and the Amazon. It has a 70-foot shark tunnel. Antarctic penguins can be seen. I don't know any more about it than that. There is a butterfly and insect pavilion. The butterfly flight area features butterflies from around the world, includes waterfalls, bird species, and live plants. The insect pavilion is home to stick insects, millipedes, roaches, beetles, spiders, scorpions, and other animals. Wednesday, October 23rd, the butterfly side of the exhibit closes. So, if you want to see it, get there. They also have a different schedule than the rest of the zoo, so slightly. The Hubbard Expedition Madagascar, not the largest exhibit, but still pretty impressive. It's home to lemurs, and probably more than just that. I'm going to see if I can find any more information about that. Okay, so according to Zoo Chat, they have collared lemurs. Okay, so let's see, because I wasn't finding information that I wanted. Yeah, this is going to sound really dumb. I have been past this zoo all my life, and I've never been. Never been. So it is home to the largest number. Oh, wait, that's not right. So lots of animals that you can go see from Madagascar. I don't know what they are because it doesn't say. So there's that. The Hubbard Gorilla Valley. This place is a new complex. Climbing structures for gorillas. Tree limbs have been added. They have 1,000 square feet, giving them room to go up and down. There are 9 screens. Off exhibit area has winter quarters that they have. They have skeleton displays. The family groups can be rotated with bachelor males in a large group exhibit. Home to other animals, including, by the way, the exhibit is a 3-acre site that includes 2 acres of gorilla and visitor space. It is home to cattle egret, white-faced ducks, white stork, Abyssinian blue-winged goose, Cape teal, that's a bird, African spurred tortoise, black-crowned cranes, yellow-backed duiker. A duiker, if you don't know, is a little antelope. It is home to Abyssinian ground hornbills and colobus monkeys. It is not uncommon in the European zoos to do double species enclosures featuring gorillas and other monkeys. That is very common. So the gorillas and the monkeys share the same habitat. Now they do have other exhibits. They actually have 4 other exhibits. They have the Mutual of Omaha's Wild Animal Kingdom. Climb aboard our stationary safari jeep and let your imagination run wild among several small mammals, fish, snakes, skinks, and other animals. They have a sensory garden that is home to 250 species of herbs, perennials, and trees. Simon's Aviary is a beautiful 1.3 acre space that is home to birds and bird watching, including flamingos. They have 34 flamingos. The flamingo habitat includes a 600 square foot, 9,000 gallon mud bottom pond with beach clay beaches for nesting. 500 square foot viewing blind with a 30-foot open view to the flamingo habitat. Next up, we have the lagoon. The Lagoon Islands, located in the original Deer Park Lagoon that was used as an ice skating rink and fishing pond at Riverview. Riverview was the park that existed before the zoo. This is home to hundreds of koi, which is basically Japanese carp. It's like big goldfish. You can purchase food to feed the koi from a covered bridge overlooking the lagoon. And they also have a drive-through exhibit that's not a part of the zoo, that's not mentioned here. And we might talk about that at another time. But yeah, that is the zoo. I don't know. I just think they're special, Carol. That's all I can say. I think people that can't tell if I'm a guy, I think they're just their own kind of special. So we've gone through another week of lives. I hope you've learned something this week. Let me now go through the upcoming lives that are coming up. Our next live for the other channel will be Thursday, October 24th, Conservation Spotlight Babirusa. So that's what's coming up there. Yeah. Believe I did. I'll go back and look once I'm done with this. I may not have. I don't know if I saw it, come to think about it. For next week, we just did Omaha Zoo. So I can mark this one done. Next week, we are doing two exploring natures. One is the American badger, and the other one is we're going to be talking about moles. And then Saturday, for the first time ever, plants are invading our lives. We are doing October 26th, Learn to Care, giant sequoia. And then October 29th. I'm announcing this now. If you remember last year at Christmas time, or last year at Halloween time, I did a thing on monsters. We are doing shapeshifters. So all different type of shapeshifters from around the world. Carol, I will cover that in just a second. From skinwalkers to werewolves. So that is coming up. And that will finish up the month of September. I don't remember seeing it. Exhibits. Gorilla Valley. Okay, so it covers the Scott African grassland, spans 28 acres and is the largest project undertaken in the zoo's history. This features a breathtaking panoramic view of grasslands and African wildlife. There is an extensive use of grasses, acacia trees, copies, and minimal visual barriers, and includes 25 new buildings and structures. The Children's Copy, and I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, is home to meerkats, Klipspringer, which is a tiny antelope, Hyrax, Kenya-crested guinea fowl, and white-throated monitors. There's also a viewing pavilion where you can get views of the giraffe and the white rhino exhibit. The outdoors, the giraffe roam with impala, white rhino, ostrich, and spur-winged geese. They have a hay feeding nets and automated food dispenser. You can also experience the giraffe feeding area. They have an African lodge. I don't believe there's animals here, but it holds an indoor and outdoor seating area for guests overlooking the elephant exhibit and the wading pool. This is also where they have the private functions like overnight campouts. And there is a lodge that will open to the public in summer 2015. Oh, it opened to the public then. There is a train station adjacent to the African Lodge. There is a pygmy goat area that is home to it's home to African pygmy goats. There is a Colombian mammoth sculpture. It is 14 feet high. There's a Pelican Lake and Bridge that is home to African pink-backed pelicans and whistling ducks. This bridge offers an excellent viewing area of the elephants. The cheetah exhibits. Not much information here. The Hawks Lion Pride and Habitat viewing area. They actually have a Land Rover that's been cut in two, and kids and guests can interact in that Land Rover with just a piece of glass separating them. They have a safari tent camp. Each tent has electricity. There's a sink for campers and a campfire for roasting marshmallows. The wildlife management area. Here, there's an actual lion shipping crate, an elephant crate that one of our elephants traveled in. A grounded Bell 47 helicopter that guests can sit in, a Land Rover in which kids can climb in. There is a Ranger Camp Snack which offers a African themed food truck and a restroom area including a family restroom. They have sable antelope and bongos. So there is that. So that is what's going on, guys. I want to talk about the animals for next week, talk about the videos for next week, and then it is a type of African antelope that lives in the rainforest, actually. Very, very pretty antelope. Coming up next week on the other channel, I am doing dolphins. We are focusing on dolphin facts, more dolphin facts, bottlenose dolphin facts, and spinner dolphin facts. Yeah. And the review is actually on the dolphin from Safari Ltd. As far as lives go for this week, I need to get back into doing shorts, guys. I need to plan those out. I'm also working with some people to sort of see if we can't reimagine the channel. I'm not planning on changing a whole lot. But there may be some changes coming, so be expecting that. Coming up this week, we are doing, all right, I keep saying we. It's not we, it's me. Although Carol, bless your heart, you do put up with me. We are doing noni as an edible and medicinal fruit. Yes, you do. You put up with me too, predecessor. I will say that bravely. So we will be talking about the noni fruit, putting into a lot more detail on that. You may not even want to learn about that fruit. I certainly didn't. We are going to be talking about white oak as a edible and medicinal plant. We are going to be talking about hagfish as a group. Amazonian manatees are also on the menu for this week. Iberian lynxes. Oh, okay. Sorry. Iberian lynxes, we'll be talking about those as an endangered species. Indian rhinos as a potentially dangerous animal. And then we will be talking about the importance of wildlife education. The following week, we are doing sloth bears, ground ivy as an invasive plant, Asian elephants as an endangered species, box jellyfish as a species, boomslang as a species, spotted turtle as a species, and bunchberry as a species. I also want to address one more thing with you guys, and that is that it has already started, but YouTube is now doing it where if a video is less than 2 minutes, is 3 minutes or less, it is automatically transformed into a short. I can't afford that, so I have to be creative in order to make our lives just our videos your videos just a little bit longer. So that is coming up. So hope you learned something tonight, guys. I am going to go eat. Enjoy the videos that are coming out this week. I am currently working on tomorrow's video, which should be, I think it's the noni fruits. Anyway, it's a video that's coming out tomorrow. I'm working on it currently. I will see you guys later. Good night, everybody. Enjoy your what's left of your weekend. Carol. Yeah, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Maybe.